Good morning. I am not feeling super great right now, so I'm gonna make this kind of short compared to some of my other ones. I have no idea what's going on. I think it might be like a sinus headache. Who knows? Anyways, this past week we had Thanksgiving. We had a lot of stuff happening. It was an up-down roller coaster, but it was still really lovely. The beginning of the week, I've been still dealing with Ryu's wound. The good news is I got the Manuka honey and I've been using that plus the silver calcium alginate. And I can say I changed it yesterday. 90% of the infection is gone and it is starting to granulate, which means it's starting to kind of fill in and heal. I am so dang thankful that it's just been like this low level of stress eating at me. I'm so glad to see it. Oh my goodness. She's still having a lot of episodes with her neck, the nerve getting pinched in her neck. I'm going to try to today make an appointment for her and my sister's dog to go back to the chiropractor, just with things. She hasn't been there in like a month and a half, something like that. So she's being a basement troll currently right now. She does not love it, but we've been spending a lot of time down there with her. Anywho, what else? We biked. I've been doing 20 minutes every day bike running. Olive and I are going for our daily bike run. Dog bike. I'm curious, how many of you know why I did this to my pants? Comment below if you know. And then right after, I'll walk her a couple miles with the other two. That has been working really, really good. She's getting much better about I'm not having to use my foot to keep her away from the front wheel. I found the best thing I can do right now is I have a waist leash, so she doesn't have much room. And that's working really, really, really well. I have not almost crashed in the past few bike runs. And that's been really fun. I've been having to go faster and faster and faster. So she's really putting me through the ringer with this. And maybe that's part of what I'm not feeling good is I spent a lot of time outside yesterday in the cold. Yesterday, I spent 3 hours picking up leaves in our backyard because there's so many leaves and I have so many dogs. It's hard to see the dog poop. So I literally was on my hands and knees for 3 hours picking up leaves in the backyard. My back is telling me it feels it sore in a good way. We did book club on Friday. It was wonderful. Scott and I are going to start working this week on this series about habits and kind of like the how-to with carnivore. And not necessarily like, obviously you just eat meat, but how do you get mentally from A to B? How do you go from eating standard American diet to fully on with carnivore? And through this habit book, I think we'll have a well thought out solution for people who are struggling. And that way I can articulate it clearly to you guys. So we'll start working on doing that series every week. This week. Thanksgiving. For my Thanksgiving, fanning the fire alarm every 30 seconds to keep it from going off, despite the fact there's no smoke in the air because we're cooking the crust on the delicious prime rib roast. For the next 20 minutes, I'll be doing this as is making the crust. How's your Thanksgiving going so far?
Twins to the rescue.
We're headed to Thanksgiving meal. We've got, you can't see it, but back there, the prime rib roast, and the ham is somewhere back there too. Okay, food time, almost ready. Waiting for my sister to finish feeding the baby. The prime rib roast turned out beautiful. I was worried about overcooking it, but it was. I cheated and ate a little bit already.
Is that pie done?
No idea.
Well, I said the time.
Oh yes, the pie's done. Delicious. It was phenomenal. Oh my God, it was so good. So dang good. We got 7 ribs, which was 20 pounds. Now that includes the bone. That was way too much meat. Way too much meat. That's okay. Scott and I made the prime rib roast, and then we brought a ham that we made. Let's see, I had 2.5 servings. I refuse to call it 3, although it was 3 if I'm being realistic. 3 servings of my sweet potato casserole my sister makes. It was phenomenal. I can say 99% of the time when I eat off carnivore, whether it's like completely like something processed or at a restaurant or something, it's never worth it. It's like, it never tastes as good as I remember it, right? I can tell you the sweet potato stuff did. That is the one time I've eaten it and it's like, yeah, this tastes as good as I remember. Then again, I get to eat it once a year, maybe twice. Thanksgiving and Christmas are the only times I ever eat it, because that's the only time she ever makes it, which is probably a good thing, to be frank, because I would eat it all the time if she made it all the time. Scott was such a good boy. He just had meat and tons of deviled eggs. Tons of deviled eggs. Even brought the rest of them home with him. I'm curious how you guys did on Thanksgiving. Did you completely step off and, acknowledged it and enjoyed yourself and then got right back on? Did you fall off unintentionally and you're struggling? Or did you do really good? I would love to hear how you guys are doing, because it's not just for me, but it's for other people to see that, some people can do really well through the holidays, and that's amazing. And there's some people who consciously make the choice to eat that meal off, and that's okay too. We're all adults, we're all in charge of our own lives, and no judgment, but I think it helps everybody see that there's not just one path to take through these kind of situations. I have been experiencing some low back pain, but there's no reason to honestly go to the doctor the way it feels. It's my sacrum. I'm having a lot of, it's like someone like just sucker punched my sacrum. So like low back. It feels like I might have a hairline fracture, but the thing is even if they did an x-ray, there's nothing to be done. It's going to heal how it's going to heal. It's not the same back pain I was experiencing when I started this journey, which was muscle weakness plus way too much weight on my spine, crushing the discs. It's none of that, but it's becoming quite burdensome. I've been using my standing desk a lot more, and that actually has helped. Standing feels better. I can stand for like 20 minutes completely comfortable. And then I can start to feel a little bit of pressure build up. I sit down for a little bit and then stand and kind of cycle through it. That has helped a lot, standing, less sitting. The thing is usually with those kind of fractures, you fall. I haven't fallen rollerblading. I haven't done any of that. I don't know. It could just be just a stress where I've been trying to jog and stuff. But, excuse me, I actually came up yesterday why it took me so long to discover this. I have an elliptical. My new habit is doing 5 minutes a day on the elliptical. I actually dropped that down to 1 minute a day, and I'll explain why in a second. I can just use the elliptical because it counts my miles per hour on there, and then I can just work on cutting that down, because eventually I want to get a 10-minute mile. I've never in my entire life ever done that. Like a 15-minute mile is difficult for me. But I can do that without having the jarring of like actually jogging happen. I'm gonna start doing that. For the elliptical, I actually feel really good after I use it every single time. I just get like this little high. And it's been holding the ground down for years. I think sadly my nieces use that elliptical more than I have. And we're gonna change that. Reading Tiny Habits, we've been going through it, and it's like setting your bar at the lowest setting. So the days that you don't feel motivated, you can still do the habit. So I changed mine to 1 minute on the elliptical. I've actually done more than 1 minute every time since, because it's like I already put my shoes on, I'm already up there. Why not go for 5, 7, or 10 minutes? I did 10 minutes the day before yesterday. I did 7 minutes yesterday, and that was after doing the bike riding, the 3 hours of pulling, or not pulling weeds, but 3 hours of picking up leaves, all of that. I did 7 minutes. But here's the thing, as long as I do a minute, like today, I don't feel really good. If I do a minute, I've still met my habit goal, and that way I don't feel like a failure. So that's been going really, really well. This week, Scott and I are getting that dang chuck roast video done. The problem is it's so easy, and Scott finished the last one last week. We keep forgetting to record because it's so dang easy. So I have the beginning of the footage done. I just need to get the end. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna record it on Thursday and put it out on Saturday. Hold me to my word, I'm doing it. Anywho, that's about everything that's been going on. Oh, weight update. I've kind of held steady state. I haven't lost or gained anything right now. You know, is what it is. And we'll just see how things keep going. It's wintertime, and I just, honestly, I'm cold a lot, and I don't move. I'm just noticing as much as I would in the spring, summer, and even in fall, because it's like 20 and 30 degrees outside. So I find that I'm just wanting to physically do less, which it's all right. I'm not in some kind of crazy race where I have to lose every ounce of weight right now by tomorrow, and if I don't, I'm a failure. It's going down, and as long as it's going down, I am happy. I mean, technically right now it hasn't changed at all, but it's not going up. That's the important thing. I appreciate you guys so very much. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday and the rest of your week. Know that you can do this no matter how many times you've fallen down. Just keep getting back up. I promise it gets easier every time you get back up. Just keep going. I am there with you, cheering you on in the trenches with you. All right, y'all. I will talk to you soon. Bye.